What's up, guys? Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Part 6 of our Halo 3 ODST LASO run. This is Kikowani Station. Start this up, and instead of moving down the stairs that we spawn on, we're going to go up the stairs towards where Romeo's hanging out up top here, and there's a balcony which you could use to kind of have a better angle on these 4 grunts that are approaching you, so we could headshot these guys quickly with our pistol. So switch from your AR to your pistol, take these guys out quickly. Be aware that the Phantoms in the distance, or at least the one that's closest to you, could take some shots with its turret if you kind of wait up there a little too long. So that starts happening to me, but just back up, and if you take them out quickly enough, those 4 grunts, you don't even have to worry about that Phantom shooting at you. So we're going to jump down eventually once we take out all 4 grunts. Be careful of the fall damage. You want to drop down onto this crate, and even if you do take some damage from the grunts or the fall or the Phantom, there's a health pack station right there on the left, so grab that. And we will grab some grenades as well from these downed grunts. So we have 3 plasmas. We're going to walk up to this crate and grab a plasma pistol. So we have a full plasma pistol. We have our regular pistol. And we're going to hug the right side of this area. Instead of going towards the enemies on the left, we're going to hug the right. And you can see there's this rail for the tram system or the train system here. So we're just going to run along the track here, trying to avoid all the fire we can. So keep your distance until we get to about this point. We're going to jump across the tracks here so we could actually get up onto the corner here, and then we're going to throw the plasma grenades we just picked up towards the right side of these enemies, of this group of jackals, so they dive away from us. Then we're going to go up these stairs, and we're going to do the same thing, throw a grenade at these enemies. There's usually some grunts and jackals right there. We're going to grab the nearest Banshee we can and fly over to this door. Once we get to about here, right in front of the doorway, we're going to turn around and fly back to where we started the mission. We're going to grab a health pack. Like I mentioned, there is a health station on the wall over there, so land right next to it. You could hop out and grab one so you have full health at this point. We're going to hop back into the Banshee once we get that health pack, and we're going to fly up to the platform above where we spawned in. So there's a couple thin platforms up here, and you don't necessarily need to go up here, but I just like to go up here because we have to wait for a couple minutes worth of dialogue to occur and events to unfold. Namely, Mickey hijacking the Phantom, driving over towards us to pick up Romeo and Dutch, and then flying towards the door we inevitably need to go through in a second. So I'm going to skip ahead here a couple minutes, just waiting for all those things to happen. Now that the Phantom has made its way over to that door and it is opening up, 2 Banshees will fly through, and the Banshees will become distracted by the Phantom. So I'm going to fly to the left and then towards the right and cut in here. We're going to fly through into this area, and we have to wait for the door at the end to open up. So I'm just going to take some nice laps around the top of this area here, and you'll be safe if you just kind of take a nice leisurely lap or 2 around here, because there's a bunch of shots that are being fired at you, but they're very slow projectiles. A lot of fuel rods which travel slowly, and just kind of take a couple laps, you'll be safe. And then once the door is open, you could dive down, and we'll boost over to the next door. We're going to hop out and activate this door, and we immediately want to hop back in and then go over to the right behind this building where we will be safe. I actually got Banshee bombed right there, which is not common. Usually get shot at a little bit with some plasma cannon, but not a Banshee bomb. So I was a little lucky there that I didn't die from that Banshee bomb, but we're good here. Now we're behind the building. Once the door opens up on the right, we'll be able to cut back down to the right, and we'll be able to move in here. We're going to fly through this area like the previous one, but we're going to land on top of the Phantom here and just kind of wait. All the enemies below can't see you because the Phantom's in the way, so you're using it for cover. And then once it's open up about halfway, we're going to dive down, boost through this whole area, and we'll get to the next door. But unlike the previous doors, this door gets jammed, so we could actually only walk through. We can't bring our Banshee with us, but you want to make sure you preserve your Banshee. You want to park it nicely there. You don't want it to fall off the platform, because we're going to come back and get it after we're done with this section. So we're going to move up this stairway. You could cut in here really quick to grab the health pack on the wall if you need to, but we immediately want to go back down these stairs once we do that. And I found if you stand here on the stairway with the reticle just barely poking over the railing here, you will actually be able to shoot at these guys and remain unseen. For whatever reason, they don't see you. So I'm standing on the stairway, looking towards that turret over there, and my reticle is barely over the edge of the railing here, so I could shoot at them, and for whatever reason, they can't see me, and they don't shoot at me or actually react at all. And the turret itself acts as bait. They love to be on the turret, so just wait for the grunts to move up and hop on. You could easily headshot them. For the brutes, you could just whip out your plasma pistol and shoot them from afar. I noob combo the first one, but I actually don't recommend doing that because it takes a lot of charge from your pistol. And also, since you're so close to the railing, a lot of times the railing will actually block your overcharge burst. But the smaller individual spritzes of plasma pistol will not be blocked. It clears the railing easily. So there's a bunch of enemies in this area, but the ones we're definitely going to be able to take out by using this turret as bait are 3 grunts who are going to try to hop on, 4 brutes, and that will leave 1 hammer chieftain, 3 invisible brutes, an engineer hanging out in the back, and also 3 jackals. The jackals tend to move up as well, so you could take out all 3 with headshots while being quote-unquote invisible over here. But in this playthrough, I only killed 2 with that tactic, but we'll deal with that 3rd jackal later. As for the invisible brutes, they tend to move forward as well, but they don't get on the turret, so you'll probably have to get closer to the invisible brutes since they are not going to get on the turret. They're not going to stay in a fixed position. This guy happens to actually stay in a fixed position, which is rare. Usually they dodge around a lot more because they're not fixated on just being on the turret the entire time, and they have some sense of preserving their life, but that guy apparently didn't. He did not care. So we're going to have to get closer to the other two invisible brutes. So I'll show you how to take care of those guys, but it's pretty easy. The invisible brutes don't shoot as much. They tend to try to get close to you and then throw fire bombs. They're trying to be sneaky since they're invisible, but with the visor mode active, you could actually see an outline of them, even though they are supposedly invisible. But you can see they're actually even more visible since the engineer is still alive, which is actually providing an overshield to all the enemies nearby, which makes them even more visible, so we could get a little closer, overcharge our plasma pistol to take down his shield. His shield is very weak, the invisible brutes shields. They kind of trade in the shield strength for the camo ability. As for the engineer will blow up sometimes just by itself once you kill some brutes. Other times, if the opportunity presents itself, you could take him out manually by firing at him. So that's what we ended up doing here. But we have a crate full of plasma pistols here. In case you run out, there's 4 full plasma pistols right in front of you here on the left, so you should not run out of that at all. As for other headshot weapons, if you run out of pistol ammo, there are a couple carbines in a crate behind me to the left, and also 2 beam rifles as well. So I'll show you where those are shortly, but I could see the chieftain is charging me now with the hammer, and what you could do is wait for him to do that attack and then sidestep him on the left, and then go around behind him and backsmack him. But I wanted to show you an alternate way to kill him as well in case you're not comfortable dodging his hammer strikes. You could wait for him to get close to you and then hit him with an overcharged plasma pistol burst that will stun him momentarily, and then as he's recovering, you could wrap around behind him to smack him in the back for the one-hit kill. You could see here he wasn't quite close enough for it to work out, so you'll want to hit him with that burst a little closer, but stunning him only works once, so I'm going back to plan A, which is sidestepping the hammer strike, and a quick finish with the backsmack. You could see here is the crate of carbine ammo I was talking about, so I'm going to grab that. Not that I need it, I have plenty of pistol right now, but just to show you that it's here and available, and also the beam rifle crate is right here as well. So I have a carbine and a beam rifle now. I could easily finish this section with a plasma pistol and a pistol, but just to kind of illustrate that these are additional options you have in case for whatever reason you run out of ammo or, you know, misplace some of those weapons on the way here. But we have the invisible brute left and also a jackal up ahead here. So we're just going to snipe that guy a couple times to pop his shield. Easy enough with the beam rifle, then finish him off with the carbine with the headshot. There's 2 health packs in here, so don't overlook those if you need to get some health along the way. And then we'll just finish off the 1 remaining jackal. I'm going to go back and get a plasma pistol so I can overcharge plasma pistol burst this guy, and then that will collapse his shield. And as we've seen in previous lasso missions, that will most likely get him to run away in fear, and he runs away pretty slowly, so you could wrap up around behind him and assassinate him for the one-hit kill. But this time around, he displayed the more rare behavior, which is to stand his ground and keep shooting at you, but you could easily just switch to your pistol or your carbine and finish him with a headshot. Grab the health pack on the wall in here, activate the button up against this window, then we'll go back the way we came. You can continue on through the doorway here, and you could grab the banshees out here, but there's a lot of enemies out there, so instead of grabbing those banshees, which we would do on a speed run so we could save some time, we're just going to go backwards. You can see I sped this part up. We're just running backwards through to the banshee that we actually dropped off, the one we parked nicely by the door before moving into this section. We'll speed through this section, and then we'll speed over to this door to the left of the scarab. You want to get out of the banshee, activate the button while you're running to the left, and continue to run towards that direction until you turn around, because at that point you're probably being fired upon and you don't want to cut back into the line of fire. Then once you could see the scarab is not firing at you anymore, you could cut back at that point into the doorway that we just opened up, and we could see there's a banshee sitting up ahead here inside this section. So we're going to grab this banshee and we're going to turn towards the right side. You're going to see a bunch of squid houses on the walls and on the floor up ahead here, so just pick one out. I like to pick the bottom right one, shoot at it with the plasma cannon for a little bit. It'll blow up and trigger all the other ones to explode as well, and that will trigger the cutscene, and we are off into the next mission. We've gotten a little spoiled with how easy the past couple missions have been, but we've got Data Hive up next, which will give us a little bit more of a challenge, so I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found that video helpful, be sure to click on the scorpion icon to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. You could also check out some related guides by clicking on the videos on screen, and you can find links in the description for other social media links of mine. Stay tuned for more Halo guides, and I'll see you in the next one.